can see 9 people.
Wow. I've got arrows to push.
Oh, yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. It says Robin's name, but there's no picture. You can just listen in too if you don't want to say anything or say the picture. Something I've never been very concerned about, obviously. So do you think we should wait a few more minutes?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm supposed to do anything, Nancy, because I can't see the other people. I see you, but I don't see anyone else.
Oh.
I only have eyes for you, I guess.
Up in the left-hand corner, up at the top, sometimes if you touch it, there's like a screen with a grid on it, and then that'll switch it over.
Yeah.
I just, on the top right, I have record.
Yeah,
and
me
then,
too.
I want to hit record, do I?
If you want to the left of the screen.
No, I don't have anything.
Oh.
Do you see something that says speaker view? Speaker view.
Oh, here, wait, I got something here. I clicked something. Share. Oh.
There's a way that I can click on.
Share content. Share content.
Yeah.
That's it.
See,
there you go. I see you. I see one other person. Hello.
Hello. Then I can go like that, and then I can put you on.
Oh.
I watched a video of how to do this, so.
I saw that one. I saw one person. Maybe participants? No, that's not it. More. I click for more. Huh? No. Raise hand. Hide my video. No.
Raise hands.
Yeah. Well, you're too late. Too late. I already done. Let's see more. I'll go for more. Raise hand. Hide my video in gallery view.
Gallery view.
Gallery view.
But it says okay. Okay. So I'll try that. Let's see. Hide.
Where are you, David?
Which David?
Where am I?
Oh, the David Roll.
Yeah, David Roll.
Are you the guy that?
No.
Okay, I don't know which David it is. You.
Yeah, David Roll. Where are you from?
Hey, there's John. Hi, John.
Hey, Arkansas.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi. Good morning. Oh, this is wonderful.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of people we've never heard their voices, you know, unless I've Skyped with you or something. So,
That's right.
Wonderful to hear
That's
your
right.
voice.
Yeah, I know your voice, obviously, but yeah, that's true.
I'm very vocal.
And I only see me still. Well, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's good to hear your
Anyone has
voices.
an idea?
Yeah, it's really cool.
On the top left, I have speaker off, and then camera, and then a phone number, and then leave in red. I don't want that. And then on the bottom, under Nancy on the left, I have mute, stop video, share content. Participants just gives me a list. And then more, I just get raise hand, hide my video, disconnect audio, and cancel. Well, maybe the Belgian version doesn't accept this.
That's possible. Maybe.
Any ideas?
I don't know. This is my first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I know that if you record it, you only get the screen of the speaker. You don't get all the little things on the top. So Anki's here, but I can't see it.
Nance, I just clicked to record, and it said it would ask you for permission. So I don't know did you receive a little request or something?
I'm recording it, so
yeah,
I'll post it on Facebook or something later.
Okay, fine. Right.
It says it's recording, so try it. Do the share screen. What's this mean? Okay. That's good. Okay. Well, I'll just start anyway, and then, like I said, if it just stops midway because I didn't buy more time or something, then I'll just start another meeting right away. Okay. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. I'm going to start off with some newer stuff. And obviously I've got about, if I read everything, I'd have about 20 hours worth. So I'll just some new poems and then you can see what you want to say or, you know, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello. So yeah, everyone, I think it's better if you
How
mute.
come you throw it up? What will you do last night?
Okay.
Oh,
Right.
it must
I
have been
could
someone
mute
else.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Aloneness sings. You can hear it roar. Its echo resounds. It is your voice howling. And I just people. Okay. Here we go. Aloneness sings. You can hear its roar. Its echo resounds. It is your voice howling, ravishing the sun, ripping apart the horizon, eviscerating the depths of darkness. Tears flow to the edge of sky, arch over moon, pour through your heart, through the sun and the wind and the treetops dancing, through the leaves and the bark and the roots of your sunset, through the skin and the blood and the marrow of your being, through the most intimate corners where you thought you could hide. Backwards and forwards until time loses direction, inside and outside until space loses volume, falling and falling and falling and falling, until emptiness loses all ideas of empty, and love loses all ideas of love, beyond the depth of song and
It's a
silence.
chat thing that I just got on. I'll go outside and do it.
Okay, I just didn't know what was happening. Go ahead, leave it up.
Okay.
Hey, Nancy.
I'm not leaving it up.
Hi. Okay.
Go ahead, leave it up. Here.
Oh my gosh.
Why? I'm just starting to read, so there's Robin, Kamala, Diane. Okay. I'll finish with the last paragraph. No one sits ravished of all ideas of solidity. Her fingers slide across the keys. Hello, goodbye, hello. I love you. This is my morning song. Space fell through space, ripping apart time. I watched the saber of love pierce my heart. Light fell through light, kissing its reflection. I watch fallen blossoms gather and swirl in the eddies. I am the echoes of sourceless shimmering, festooned with ripples, the waters dancing. Clouds race their shadows across the vacant streets. Full moon explodes inside her empty chest. She dissolves into the windy night. The treasure was the empty music box. Ballerina still dances to the echo of sad, sweet love songs. She is the memory, as there is no one left to remember or forget, the primordial song of wind. After the spring rains, where will you hide your heart? This floating world, butterflies hover and vanish. The old man sat on the stoop, ensconced in the wonder of being, light and shadow dreamscape flowing through him, rose petals falling. She plucked the flower to hold its beauty, wind, petals flying, loose ends of my hair. Dissolved as infinite kisses, thousand-petaled softness, leagues of sky, acres of dreams, oceans of tears, ripples of sunshine, plow through deep, dark sadness, infused with interminable beauty, simply full-blooming aliveness, bursting the seams of imaginary division. No one to be attached or unattached, no one to feel sorrow or joy, no one to try to find the light or shut out the dark or dissolve into infinite beauty. Slow dance of wind in wind, sky breathes sky. Your heart falls through midnight as morning sings. Where is the night of deep, dark shadows, ripping starlight in your eyes? Where is the dream of infinite kisses? Waltzing with the death of tomorrow, your footfalls filled with tears. Reflected light bloomed and wilted. Edges crumbled into the sea of unknowing. Fullness of star song rages, fills you, empties you, sings you. Dawn unwraps the sleeves of night, wind peels the petals off the roses, soaring, streaming, rushing down the street, gathering under the cars and bushes, swirling down the canyon stream. Love sings a sideless glance through the looking glass of no tomorrow. Softness everywhere and nowhere falls through its own tenderness. Beauty has no sides without you, nor life, nor death. Love has no measurement, nor sides, nor center. Cricket song echoes the color of our aloneness, timpani of the dark, fades in the soft breath of morning. All is lost, nothing is gained. No one wears these transparent clothes of tears. I see you dancing in the heart of the desert, no longer waiting for the kiss of starlight. No longer is there a space between you and love. This beautiful ache paints the rhythm of this dance, echoes between our imaginary walls. In this deep imaginary chasm, we dissolve into each other and reappear again, weeping. Moon beckons as it fades in the dawn. No path leads to night. I lay in the long summer grasses. They wave moon song into day. Intricate, fluid transparency soars, light and shadow and infinite hue, colors streaming, swirling, dancing, hovering between the dream and the real. This obvious, seamless song is composed of echoes. They sing your name and you remember this lostness that was never lost, that no one forgot in this timeless heartbeat that has no pause, yet is the hush, the silence, the love, you. How could you not be the breath of love? My heart was a tight knot of fear. Slowly it was ripped apart. Knives of fear fought with the dagger of hope, leaving not even love. It poured onto the barren ground where my skeleton lay, bones white in the moonlight. This empty shell cracked, nautilus unwound, burst into sky. Not even a silhouette can dance by itself. I am nothing without you. This heart was never mine. Knowing that is to bask in the light and warmth of 1,000 suns. This slipperiness has no hand to hold even emptiness. Not even your heart can hold this aliveness that you are. There is sublime stillness in this hush of whorls and ripples, sunlight dancing. Closer than your tears, your heartbeat, this thought, this most intimate of all knowing, cannot be ignored. This is it, Coyote. Pure silence, seamless unknowing, radiant darkness, never hidden nor lost, need not be found or uncovered. It is not underneath these words nor inside the music. It is these very words, as you hear them, that seem to hide it, that contain it. Words slice through the universe, skin, bone, blood, pouring seas through earth and sky, sailing ships of perfection and imperfection, light and shadow, rippling, waving, tides of joy and sorrow, tsunamis of hope and fear, stories of love and love lost, of tales of a someone who wanders, searching for the end of meaning, wondering if there is meaning, inching along the tightrope between birth and death, terrified she might find it unraveling, hoping she will fall through the cracks in the sidewalk to another world, without fear, without sorrow, without the constant feeling of lack, without tears. Threads of sorrow and tattered winds weave through the colors of joy. Fathomless this fabric, these clothes, this nakedness of life, the blood of the universe, this ache of the sea, to drown in its own wetness. Poems sing of this longing that we are, lyrical, fluted tapestries, burning. Clouds form and dissolve, winged sails soar, painted with the ever-blooming sunset. Hearts sing. There is no one with an empty heart, or a full one. Life sings this amorphous love dream that I am. Relentless tenderness of the softness of water, of kisses of love, mountains dissolve, hearts melt. Cliffs and houses crumble into the sea. Lovers are born and die. Waves rise and fall. Sun dances. Clouds bloom and dissolve in the wind's gentle caress. Nothing remains. There was nothing to break or dissolve or crumble. Just dreams. Long spring grasses waving hello, goodbye as you passed, looking for a place to rest, to gather flowers and press them into your heart, that you may never forget this love of dissolving into yourself. Trees reach down into earth and stone, bleed into leaves and sky. The earth swallows me as vast sky consumes me. Wind and water and fire adorn this sensuous liquid dance, this love ballet of slow-moving tsunamis, a waltz of light and shadow, of sound and silence. Skin, eyes, teeth, blood, bone, the heart, the marrow of my existence, a love dance supersaturated with awe, this stillness that sings through these lines, that paints my echo into the canyon, where we meet, yet can never touch. I see your beautiful shimmering. I can hear the sonorous voice singing. The imaginary lines that seem to confine us, seem to separate us. The space in between us is imaginary. Let us dance in love as love through love. This life, this life, this life. This is the only life we can ever know. Transparent glass, sun shines through, clouds flower, rain spatters like mouse prints. Vacant room of sky pours into my empty poem, fills and empties these lines that never held a sunrise or a shadow or a promise of tomorrow. Wind-swirled shadows adorn my feet, walking through leaf-clad sky. Carpet of wonder unravels me, weaves me. Tattered fragments of memory close the day. This brilliance is never hidden. There is nothing that wears this flowing garment of mirrors. Wind dances through me. I am the wind dancing. Sky spills into long mountain shadows, pools at my feet. How deep is the light that swirls on the sidewalk? I walk through the daydream of echoes, sourceless reflection, hum a melody without notes or words. Moon is hiding under the mountain. This empty heart sings. Mountain clad in sky flowers, breath of wind, kiss of sun, transparent rainbow garment swirls. No one wears it. Waters blooming, clouds sailing, echoes dance across shimmering sands. You wandered barefoot, longing to find the dream, and found you were following your own footsteps. Drinking deeply, red wine of sunset, cricket song colors dark, transparent skies. Mirror of moon awaits my eyes. Night swallows day, day swallows night, intoxicating perfume of no longer traveling. Endless sorrow, longing for joy, hunger for beauty, melted in love's fire, the pyre that consumed even love. Sublimely beautiful, these empty footsteps that filled with tears. Blue butterflies hovering, heavens crumbling. Liquid mountains, winged treetops, words in silence, dance with transparent sky. Light blooms shadows. Darkness aches for its own reflection. Stars dissolve into space. Space flows through its own echo. My heart reaches out to touch you. We dissolve into the reaching. Wind blows our shadows into this song, this painting of infinite things, where no thing resides. It has no name, neither lust nor sorrow, nor love. It swoons through your chest, shatters every secret place you used to hide. Your very marrow cries out with grief as this hungry dog consumes you. You hear it howling. It is your own voice, your own love. A beautiful, searing golden sun, this pyre of burning bones. Filigree of ashes blooming. Delicate petals blow away into wind songs. Dancing on the balcony of winds, watching moonlight pour through me, its push and pull gathers the tides into a song of waves, bejeweled with shimmering echoes. What has never been lost its voice when there was no one left to stand with an empty hand on an endless beach, awaiting her own return. What will never be lost its sparkle when there was no one left to dance with an empty heart, waiting for a promise, a dream of kisses in the dark, a union like no other. Love lost its way on this path of no tomorrow. No step will call its name. No words will reflect its beauty or confine it to one heart. There were no separate wind songs that required a joining, no separate kisses that needed singing. Yet without another to dance, there is no empty heart, nor full. My heart explodes. Ocean sings in this palace of winds. Echoes of my reflection sing infinite permutations of tears unsigned, empty hands, empty heart, reverberating parentheses, cast words across liquid sky. Ripples cannot be traced or caught or found under the rosebush at dawn, nestled in cloud shadow, a robin song. How deep the shadow that burnt my footfalls, how searing the brilliance that burnt even love. On the other side of the clouds, wandering sky deep in love, I peer into the hearts of everyone I meet. I see our broken-hearted beauty and weep. Moonlight illuminates midnight rain. Shiny darkness runs down the streets. Morning paints liquid eyes. Light and shadow hold the canyon. Clouds echo the flowers' song. Can you hear the primordial sound, blooming and wilting? Our hearts lost their edges when love consumed us and spat us out. Wind shadows and empty breath sings this death of time. See it dawn, mists dissolving, first crow plucks out your heart. Drawn by the song of lines between sea and sky, light plunged into darkness, leaving no one left to sail or tack the winds of time. Wind echoes in my chest, petals fall and dance across the sidewalk. Thundering silence of no tomorrow, never and forever collided. There is no time to watch eternity fall. Warm summer night streams through me, footfalls echo in the canyon, unanswered. Darkness suspends fallen roses on the moonlit pond. Cricket song fills the picture of empty shadows, drinking the night, drunk on my reflection. Where is the moon that swallowed your heart? Where is the hope that animated your sunrise? Where is the fear that collapsed your world? Where are the ropes that held up the moon? Where is the scaffolding that held up the sky? Where are the tears that crocheted your world together? Starkly undeniable aliveness. You know this. You are not separate from it. Moon and sun sail across the vault of sky. Seamless, edgeless transparency of this echo-land dreamscape, life singing itself. Just like this, she whispers, bodies seem to move and flow across the stage. Yet you are a beautiful story, love just the same. Life does not move or swing without these words. There is no dance without separate feet. When the footfalls are empty, wind is a shadow song. I have to upgrade my account to not have it this end in 10 minutes. Let me try it.
Is that what it says?
Yeah, or I could just start another one. Let me try it.
Probably a surprise thing, right?
Yeah, it's a surprise thing.
It was really beautiful.
Thank you. I'm just going for this. Let's see.
I think someone has their radio on or something and the mic on too.
Okay, let's see. I think I think what I'll do is when it ends, I'll schedule a new meeting and put the link on my Facebook page. Does that sound okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Monica. I'm trying to unmute you. Unmute.
How many are here? I don't know how many I can see. I can see 5.
I think there's an arrow at the top.
Oh, I see.
So,
There's 15, it says.
Oh, yes, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So are you going to reschedule today? Now?
Well, what I'll do is when it just ends, I'll just start another meeting, I guess. Unless you guys want to wait for a second while I upgrade the meeting. You can talk amongst yourselves. I can unmute. I can still talk.
I think we'll all get cut off though, won't we? Probably, unless we have accounts.
I don't think so.
No.
The participants don't have to pay. Just me. Okay, unmute. I'll unmute everybody. I think there's a way to do that. I watched a video of how to do this, but
Yeah, it says you are unmuted by the host.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just go ahead and unmute everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we can just hang around and wait for you to figure it out. Huh?
Okay.
That's a lazy way. I'll take that way. Huh?
You still got about 7 minutes left.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'll just do this. And then I'll be right back. I can still talk to you. I just have to fill out this form.
Ja.
Okay.
Weil Ralf da so Unterhaltung macht für die Gäste.
Ja, und wenn die reinkommen, dann spricht sie an sofort und so.
Ja.
Aber Nika zum Beispiel hätte die Möglichkeit gehabt, die Kunden, die auch draußen stehen und nur reinschauen, anzusprechen.
Ja.
Die steht ein Ball. Es hat gestern mindestens 5-mal so einen Fall gegeben, dass die draußen stehen in der Straße und gucken nur rein.
Ja, und dann aber nicht und dann weitergehen.
Dann kommen die nicht rein, ja, dann gehen die weiter.
Ja. Ja, Nika würde da schon gut passen, weil er ist gleichzeitig zurückhaltend und höflich, aber auch und kann ich mir schon vorstellen.
Das würde wirklich toll.
Almost done. 5:14. Okay. Okay. This meeting has now unlimited. Okay. All right. Does anyone want to say anything about the poems or anything else, or just how wonderful it is to be with everybody?
You read it with great expression. It was really nice.
Ja, Pizza Hut oder sowas. Aha, und da arbeitet er. Macht Pizza oder was?
I just got the last bit, Nancy. My internet's on the blink.
Ja.
Oh, well, it's wonderful to see you.
Oh.
I know.
Ja, jetzt mal gucken, vielleicht kann er sich da frei machen.
I was totally blissed out on my recliner here.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Everyone is so beautiful. I just love this.
Die kommen entgegenkommen.
Okay, as I said, I have I could read for about 5 days. It's hard to pick out what you want to read. So I'm just going to start reading some stuff from my new book. I just went through it. And
gleich wieder.
Which book is it from, Nancy?
Oh, this one's from...
Und Tamara ist jetzt zufrieden, dass du fährst, oder wollte sie nicht, dass du fährst?
That's my new one. I still can't put it on Kindle. I'm having a hard time because I mean, I'm really trying, but it's easy to do the print book. You just type it in and send it in, and then put the pictures on the site on Amazon, and then the book comes out. It's really easy.
Wo?
But the Kindle has to be in this fluid program. But I've just submitted another possibility to see if it works. That most people like the print versions anyway, I think, because you can hold it. Okay.
Ja. Ja.
Someone's talking, so I don't know if everyone could
Ja.
mute themselves.
August auf alle Fälle, ja.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Someone
Ja, ja.
speaking German.
Das ist schön ist dann am Hotel, wenn das alles so weit läuft, dann ist das ziemlich.
Yeah, the German, we hear German speakers, huh? I hear German.
I do. I've muted
Yeah.
Anki, and so it can't be heard.
I thought you'd arranged to translate
It's
yourself, Nancy, into German.
Marie N is, I think, the one.
Okay. Okay.
That did
Well, we'll
it.
try this part. This is all from my new book. This is the first chapter is called Shadows in the Wind. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole book. I've been making videos the last few nights while I'm here and putting them on YouTube of reading of a lot of this book and some of my new things. Because here I can make a 20-minute video. It only takes 20 or 30 minutes to upload onto YouTube. And I can't do that at home. So, hi, everyone. Hi, Kamal.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. Wet in wet, blue in blue, vastness in vastness, sky in sky. Love wrote your name in the river and you could no longer find it. You are the flowing, the swirling, the laughing, the weeping, not lost nor found, empty footfalls, empty handfuls of wind. Day fades into your beautiful sunset, colors bleeding, sea and sky echo this last kiss. Voices of thought, bits of song, tendrils of memory untie themselves in the wind. A crow dives and dances and lands in the treetops of the swaying palms. Ocean whispers, there is no time, and you remember, as you are carried into this sensuousness of lostness, of the fullness of sky and the death of grasping. Only memory painted your reaching hands, your trembling heart that ached for tomorrow and wept at the never forever beauty of time. Dissolved yet dancing, longing of wind sings your name. Love wrote her name in the seafoam clouds, and she watched them dissolve in the whirlpools and eddies of sky and the fathomless suck of tides. Why me? Why love? All questions fell through the deep abyss that closed when joy and sorrow merged and smiled. I am as you see me, a girl, a woman, an artist, a poet. What is it that draws these hands, that scribbles these lines, that paints my mouth, that sings these words, that dance across your mind stream? What is it that longs to kiss a love song in your heart, your very own love song that sings you? I am this longing, this ache of never and forever that dances life into the looking glass and twirls. I am a symphony of words falling through a song of unknowing. Rush and roar of traffic, afternoon sun catches one falling golden leaf. Falling mountain echo dissolves in the canyon. Love, a kiss of shadows, streaming through each other, always a perfect fit. Real, unreal, this kiss of no tomorrow from the inside, from the outside. Death dissolves all sides, looking out, looking in. Light pouring through light, space into space, emptiness into emptiness. No things to grasp leaves no grasper. Time an illusion, the morning glory sings. Skin, blood, bones, rocks, under the roots, more roots. Mountain spills into the valley. Words paint this song of empty shadows that no one wears. Full moon tugs the tides, tugs my heart. I cannot pluck its beauty from the shadows. No one can point to what is not. There are no empty hands or fingers pointing. Mystery, another name to try to hold the ocean that lies beneath this breath. Under the stillness, not even nothing. Unadored radiance blooms. We are the petals, wilting. Supreme, vast spaciousness without time or non-time, without space or emptiness, without direction or non-direction, without movement or non-movement, without ending or beginning, without emptiness or fullness. There is no emptiness that can be filled, no fullness that need be emptied. Nothing need be done. Nothing can be done. There is no path and no one to follow, no one to arrive and no goal to reach, no ground and no one to fall, no wisdom to attain or ignorance to lose. There is no one to be confused or non-confused. It cannot be grasped as you are not separate from it. There is no separation. No separate things or events can be found. Looking for it seems to push it away. It is intuited and need not and cannot be understood. Always on stillness, weaving and unweaving the hem of her empty dress, tattered dreams that no one wore, strolling through the canyon of silent footfalls crumbling. Between everything and nothing, tendrils of emptiness weave sound into shadow, light into echoes that no one can find. Beautifully woven light dreams of endless seas and edgeless skies kiss as we sit on a fallen tree in the summer sun. I lost myself on the path to nowhere and found us dancing down the timeless empty streets of mind. Color and light and form seem to appear, yet they are empty of meaning or non-meaning. She reached in the dark places where no one lived and found flowers in the dirt, growing towards the light and wilting in this empty love song that thrums, thrums, thrums through her heart. This is beautiful, she whispered, to no one, to everyone, to her own reflection that has always been dancing with death. Drowned in your own darkness, love is finding you can breathe underwater. Overtones and undertones reverberate into this heart song that sings itself. You can hear it always in the ease of life, feeling its own aliveness through you. Light and shadow need each other to twist and twine and flow through the embrace of never forever. Time, a beautiful daydream that gives you a seat on the train to your own demise. Knowing love is as real as tomorrow, you find yourself weeping. How beautiful the sunset as it echoes your name. Beauty, a name for what seems to slaughter us with its very ungraspable impermanence. Yet we are the beauty, we are the dance, twirling down the Grand Canyon of love. All by itself, life sings and dances a love song of one, of two, of many, of none. How or why is no longer asked. It's the unknowing that whooshed into the whoosh and was recognized as the most precious jewel. The soft kiss of no tomorrow slaughtered me with unbearable beauty, as though there were someone to let go or hold on to the day. She kissed the wind to find direction and felt the sea fall all around her. There was no purchase on the starlit path. She wondered if her feet were hers. There was no comfort in adding up a lifetime, no rungs on the ladder of time. Vault of sky crashed, and there was nothing above. First crow of morning had no meaning, nor the sun's first warmth. Her heart collided with an echo of love and dropped beneath the bottomless depths. Below time, there was a raw, sublime aloneness. Ocean song poured through her. Adrift on a sea of dreams, love had no place when it was everywhere and nowhere. Only this song of love that had no source or goal or words that needed remembering. A reflection of future's day past cast a lifetime of shadows across the skyline. It unwrapped her nakedness with a story of a girl who lost herself and found those beautiful liquid eyes. Ocean bathes wet in wet, sun dances, light, wind surfs wind, life breathes, echoes play, rippling reflections of reflection, the reflection. Mirrored glance reveals starlight pouring through me, through you. Ballet of time and place, empty beyond empty, full and rich beyond measure. We rise in the dance, the twining of shadow. A caress, a kiss, a gesture, a touch reveals an empty hand, longing to be held. Wind blows and falls silent. Song clouds blooming. Day grows and falls into its own hush. Love wrote her name in my heart. Moonlight swoons through moonglow. She sings her name, our names, just like this. Where is yesterday's sky? Where are the tears of tomorrow? When is your heart not weeping? I see the footprints of my heart hanging in its own shadow, blossoming into golden autumn leaves falling. I spied my shadow lingering on the garden path. Lustrous moon filled my footsteps. The empty dawn. Last song of returning partygoers echoes into the sea. Waves crash and recede and reverberate up the cliffs. Symphony of night, of cricket song, the sleeping breath of morning. Faucet slowly drips into a bucket, and the first crows call and answer. They weave their nests in the tops of the towering palms which sway outside our balcony. The heaviness of stillness whispering, "This is it," is evoked by poems that stir our hearts with a beautiful longing that cannot be caught. And who would want to catch the morning breeze or stop thought? They exist in their movement, this caress of life swirling. Life seems to dance all around you, yet without you there is no dance, no wind, no waves to sing of your aloneness. No one to revel in the intimacy of touching, hearing, watching, tasting, this all-pervading feeling of aliveness that permeates this passion play. You are not separate from feeling, no one has it. You are not separate from thought, there is no thinker. There is no one who can step outside of this edgeless sea of dreams and manipulate the wind. We are impressions of reflections, a gossamer woven light raft shimmering on the sea of dreams, footprints dancing on the edge of time. There was never a moon nor anyone to point, no time when or before or after. Hello, goodbye, hello. This afternoon without time, unending magic hour. Moonlight's shadow fills the cracks where I lost my reflection. Infinite beauty ricocheting, reverberating, echoing. Infused with stories of love songs, a kiss from within perfumes the vast canyon where I once lived and yet remain. This memory of love is who I am. Beauty roars, flows, tiptoes, infinite petals bloom, filling me, emptying me. Without these clothes of nakedness, I cannot feel the magnificent ache of sky. Memories lost their grip, the knots loosed themselves. Where were the strings that held my heart? Where were the ropes that moonlight slid down? Where were the vines that held my innermost being from exploding? Inside fell through outside, in between collapsed into in between. Halfway towards up, a million shades of sunlight erased the illusion of shine and shadow. My heart dropped, weeping and laughing deeply at the same time. Watercolors on the river, this ever-blossoming, ever-wilting momentary emerging and dissolving into itself, sings. Tears flow, the world is weeping. Slipping into the imaginary spaces between us, love ignites, washed in ringlets of dew, set adrift, gossiping among the stars. Scattered voices, bits of song and laughter weave themselves into ocean song. Egrets fly home to roost, white wings and the mirroring sea catch the last light. Thin moon paints a door into the cricket night. Walking through shadows that echo on the cliffs, the sublime ache of aloneness sings like this. All eyes are alive with the singing of it. Even the wind that dances in the palm fingers paints it across this path. It is the song of our aliveness that we share in this shadowland, and it is the twining of songs that brightens into this searing love. I greet you and weep at your broken-hearted beauty, or is it mine I see reflected in your beautiful, beautiful eyes? I can no longer tell and do not care, as I am this shared humanness. We exist only as each other's echoes, and there is no original song from which we spring, not eternal nor temporary. The tears of time fled long ago, and I can only see and feel this kiss that sings my lines, this love that bleeds into the dream. There are no waves nor ocean without you. Your brain paints distinction through this ever-flowing thought stream. Through words, the picture of endless blue. Through song, the painting of you on the cliff, breathless with this overwhelming beauty of life singing you. Without words, this unsigned current of emotion drinks you and fills you. What erases the lines between joy and sorrow is not the absence of words, it is the end of belief in them. Thought becomes most beautiful when it is known to paint the wind. There are no footprints on the road to nowhere, not even mine. Last crickets pierce wind-weathered sky. Morning love songs hang from a branch. Falling petals, old poems, dying. Caught on feathers, white seabird. My eyes follow the sunset. Beauty weeps at its own unfathomable nature. Through these eyes, love sings and paints the wetness that sees it. Dawn looks at me and does not turn away. I write love letters that I cannot send. I sing verses that it cannot hear. In this dance of light and shadow that trace my steps, my heart song, my breath in the wind, I emerge. In these wild lines that burst from love's fire, where there was not even darkness, nor emptiness, nor even a void, day breaks and sings. Whispered stories, shadows in the wind, empty silhouette of sky. You may find yourself walking along a beach and start to wonder if you're in the water or on the sand. You may turn around to see from where your footsteps came and find none. You may begin to find the sea falling into sky as the lines that separated down and up begin to blur, and you may begin to feel dizzy. You may lunge into a hut on the beach where others gather and tremble at the enormity of sky and light and the absence of any safe harbor. You may mouth their words of vastness for a while, but the longing may outweigh the fear of unknowing, and you may find an unspeakable joy when this absence of handholds leaves you sobbing as you watch your dreams of love and tomorrow burn in this all-consuming conflagration. Never and forever collide in this unfathomable namelessness where tears still flow, but there is no one weeping. The empty moon inside your heart cannot hold light nor shadow. Dusk flowers in the shadowland. Wind beats on these tattered shutters. Dark cannot hide your emptiness, nor your tears. Hi, everyone. Does anyone want to say anything or ask a question?
It was very nice.
Oh, thank you very much.
Very nice, Nancy.
Thank you. I like reading them. I should really read all of the books and make an audiobook. You know.
That's what I would love to listen to you for hours like that.
Well, thanks.
Thanks, Nancy. I need to go now, but thank you very much.
Well, thanks for coming. You're very beautiful. I love you.
We love you too.
Okay. Bye-bye. Yeah.
I have to leave too, but thank you very much, Nancy.
Oh, well,
very nice.
All right. Thank you, John. I love you. I love your poems and your pictures. You're very beautiful.
Thank you. You are too, Nancy.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. Okay. Anyone else want to say anything?
Thanks for sharing. Beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I love you so much.
I love you.
I love your words. I love the things that you do and say, and it's only because I love life.
Yes.
It's interesting, you know.
Yeah. Here I can spotlight you so everyone can see you. There you go. Now you can talk to everyone.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, look at your beautiful desk. The paintings, are those yours?
Yeah.
Nice. How beautiful. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to start again and more. And if you need to leave, that's okay. I mean, when I was a little kid, I had to nail my parents' toes down to the floor so that they would watch me do my ballet, but it's okay. I'm always
Nancy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Here, I can make you spotlit.
I just wanted to say how nice it is to see everyone. I've just been looking through the faces and seeing for the first time Kamala. Hi, Kamala.
Hi, Amy.
And David and who else do I know? a couple of other people were here, but they might have left. But anyway, it's just so nice to be here and to see you all and to feel so, well, you know, just natural with you all. So it's beautiful. Thank you. And Nancy, I love you.
I love you too, sweetheart. You're so beautiful. It's wonderful to see you. Yes. I'll just start crying right now. And okay, I'll just read some more from this book. Like I said, I could read for, you know, days. I try to pick out some, and it's kind of hard, but I'll try. Okay.
Yeah, Nancy?
Yes?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say it's, I can absorb it. Like, it's nice to just listen to. You know, it sounds, it feels good. I feel like I'm in a meditative state here listening to.
Yeah, a lot of people say they've downloaded my videos where I read the poetry. I have a whole playlist of about 6 videos.
Right.
And they just listen to them while they're driving or something, like music. You can't really hear the words, you know, it's just kind of the voice and the imagery, you know, sometimes it comes through and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, you can soak it in.
Yeah. I used to read texts when I was a seeker and listen to myself reading them, you know. So that was, because I loved that. And the ambiguous words are what I always did love, and so that's apparently why they are flowing through me now, you know, things that were leave the mind hanging, you know, so that it skips your mind out of the groove of the normalcy of where it's used to going. And then there's words and phrases that will sometimes scatter you out of that, and then there's no place for the mind to go. And so then you can feel that feeling of lostness, which is so marvelous, you know, which is so marvelous to not be found or lost. Okay, I'll read some more. Shattered windshield, bits of ribbon adorn the pavement. Diamond dreams scattered like sunlight across the sea. Mirrored glance of no tomorrow reflects your face, your eyes, these tears that were never yours. Were you ever? Are you now? Ocean song reveals a lostness that cannot be found. Is it everywhere? Is it nowhere? Where were you when time died? Beauty whispers, I love you. Love sings, you're beautiful, I am you. I am a ghost in this shadow dance, after images of sky tossed into the sea. Wind-whipped shallows, swallowed by fathomless depths, have no light until these words appear and project love's memories across this scintillating horizon. This vibrant immediacy, this undeniable aliveness, has inebriated all thoughts of thusness and unfurled love's wings into the shadowland that paint this beautiful watercolor dreamscape through my eyes. To be here, yet not. The moon I swallowed long ago exploded into this symphony of waterbirds soaring into the last sun's rays, into the lovers walking alone and together, their silhouettes reflecting on the wet sand. The beauty of love and love lost caresses a heart into beating, rhythmless rhythms on the sea of dreams. Wind whips up the cliffs and sings a love song like no other. There is no next, she whispers, and the crows echo a beautiful lostness as you stand in love with the stark aloneness that this death brings. It is the death of everything, the death of nothing, the death of silence and sound, the death of moonlight shimmering on the waves, and the death of ancient promises of tomorrow. Where is that tightrope you balanced on as you peered into the darkness, wondering how many sunsets you would gather? Now the folds of your skirt and the lines on your face reflect the only sunset, the only breath, the only heartbeat you will ever know. The vast enormity and weight of this knowing erupts into a richness and lushness and juiciness of life swirling through you, as you are the dancing. There is no other, the ocean sings, and crashes your dreams of love on the rocky cliffs. You were the dream of love and next, and now you are the dream of unknowing. Just like this, your limbs move, your feet dance, your mind sails paper lanterns in the sky. Footless shoes dance in an empty room without a ceiling or floor, or the walls that reflect their shadow. Only ever this wave falling silently, softly, rushing, roaring, streaming, soaring, crashing into itself, slipping into its own shadow in the dark moonlight. Only ever this breath, this song, this wonderment of light and shadow dancing with its own edgeless reflection. Only ever this kiss, the first and last, this meeting of night and day, where joy and sorrow paint a brief echo of your laughter and tears in seamless sky. Only ever this fleeting whisper of hello, goodbye, hello, that sings you as you sing it. Love writes your name in a whirlpool, and you watch your reflection appear and dissolve in the slipstream of thoughts. Only ever this day, this night, this timeless sliding into, between, and through the lines. Only ever this collision of never and forever in this heartbeat, this voice, these lips, this smile, these tears, shining, sparkling, this ungraspable, unfathomable mystery that falls in love with itself through your eyes. This deafening song of midnight bloomed and swallowed her shadow. Moonlight spilled into her paper heart, unfolding her fear of no tomorrow. Wings unfurled into the setting sun. This dream, time dance that sings her melancholy smile, paints her footsteps with wind. Life flows through her as she is life dancing. A pirouetting silhouette of echoes, a billowing, transparent gown of awe that no one is wearing, not even the sky. Wind dances in a spiderweb hung with jewels of sunset. Echoes of dusk begin to pool. Beneath the steep cliffs, crows start their evening song, swooping into the towering palms for sleep. Who awaits the night of non-remembering? Who longs for a dawn that will not come? Shadows swim through shadows, looking for the light that will erase them. They never were. No one made these footsteps that crumble in the wind. Smile of moon hangs in twilight, empty yet full, suspended in the pause, a promise of no tomorrow. Seafoam clouds catch a glimpse of their own sparkling reflection and percolate into the sands of the receding waves. Shimmering rainbows inside the shell fade as my tears dry, weaving a song of mournful beauty into the fabric of the dream. Wind-twisted pines bow to the sliver of moon as it greets its reflection and dissolves into the sea. 1,000 sorrows fall into the hush of ocean night. Life has plunged its reckless beauty into your heart, and there is no turning away from the gaping maw of the unfathomable emptiness that is devouring you. Towers of echoes, walls of reflections, light-filled after-images swirl, dream castles of memories, stairways to imagined futures, ascending and descending arpeggios of sound, waves crashing, tides coming in and going out in endless sea. Without a shore to walk on, there is no wanderer. Without a song, there is no singer. Without a lover, there is no love. Windless night steals the hush from my breath, sucks out the marrow of moon and shadow. No footsteps to be empty or full, no path of stars to beckon, no song to call or answer. No sadness to weep at its own beauty, no laughter to ripple light into the darkness, no lovers to meet on the edge of midnight. When is the sound of moonlight? Where is the wake of love? What is this dance that consumes earth and sky? Why this ache for nameless beauty? You find yourself again, all questions dissolved in this searing brilliance that swallowed even the sun, dancing with your shadow on the windy cliffs, in love with a love of no tomorrow. Full moon exploded my empty heart. I crashed into the fullness of wetness, of light, of yellow flowers blooming on the banks. River of dawn plays in the waves of the ocean's remembering. Song of wind fills an empty brush, paints color and light. Life slides across the pages, love bleeds into the paper, tears saturate the fibers, shred your being into ripples of memories, sailing through moonlight. This unfathomable aliveness that you are sings and knows that it is singing. Should I continue? Okay.
Go.
Morning light listens as night falls asleep on my bed in the garden. Nestling in dreams of sleep, the forgotten, almost remembered, whispers what you fear, yet long to hear. This is your only breath. Moon, an incessant traveler, time sails for no one. First crow, wind rustles the dead leaves outside my window. Thundering silence waves goodbye to autumn. A sonorous reflection of an echo seems to desire to listen to its own song. We are the longing that pulls us along. Under the name, not even a shadow, a pause shot through itself, completing a circle that was never drawn. Night sleeps in the garden, nestled in the leaves of darkness. Starlight dreams. Wind brushes the petals of longing, turning, tossing, rippling over and under and through each other. Reflections of yesterday's mirrors push and pull night into day, day into night. A breath, a heartbeat, rustles the leaves, writes and erases my footsteps in sand. Colors bleed without your breath to burn the embers of time. Wind dies without your lips to kiss the words. Water has no wetness, taste has no taste. Love has no love without your song singing you. The ocean swallows itself. First crow, starlit dawn, empty cliff path leads to the sunrise. Long yellow flowers in the wind. Poems sing me into the morning. Unraveled by her own love, kissed again into the love dance. We know this love that pulls us along. We are it. No words for this love, yet love is a word. Long afternoon of summer, lanterned petals waving, sunset kisses your tender cheek. This precious ache of no tomorrow. Rocked in the cradle of moonglow, morning sings. Day unfolds into itself. Light has no weight. Time turns around and looks at itself. I hear my voice murmuring in the distance. I look for my footsteps, edges of my song. My breath is the wind that scattered them. He stood on the distant shore, waiting for his echo. He peered into the looking, folding into and through himself. Missives of love unanswered, garlands of marigolds washing up in the sand. The steps of his camel started to falter in the afternoon. He felt that this next mirage might have water, and it did. Laying down under the canopy of stars that night, the fear he had held at bay for a lifetime began to consume him. Maybe he would never find home. He lost sight of his hands in the constellations as they swirled into beautiful, meaningless patterns. Strewn bits of light tossed by the wind's reflection pulled him up into a vast, edgeless flowing. A darkness he had denied pierced his heart as it exploded into infinite bits of empty. In the morning, the gypsies started to pack their caravan. He watched their mirrored skirts reflect his weather-beaten face and realized no one had won the war with the stars. No one lost. A sublime peace had filled and emptied him as he watched his footsteps in the swirling sand. Sun slides across sky, sky slides across sky, horizon unties itself, sea falls up, blue in blue in blue in blue. Ripples flow over and under, into and through each other, weaving transparent webs that catch the wind's reflection. Love's memories echo from nowhere, from everywhere, not lost, not found. Shoes dance on the terrace, mirrored skirts swirl. Light cannot see its own face. No words can paint this edgeless emptiness, vast beyond vastness, empty beyond empty, beyond a word, like love, like you. Scintillating spaciousness swirls and kisses you on the mouth. Where was that other half of a kiss I longed for? It was closer than my own lips, my own song. It was never mine. No one gave it. No one received it. It was never about me. She roamed the empty streets, lonely jazz clubs, looking for the perfect note. Some soared through her heart. Others led her to the edge of the sea. In her darkness, tomorrow's daydream beckoned from the edge of no tomorrow. She dove into the depths that washed the bones from her hair. She surfed into and drowned in her own reflection. She drifted into her own loneliness and collided into her empty shores. I sat and watched my shadow burn. Echoes of nothing sing this chorus. Waves without a crest or furrow. This wetness streams through me and sing. No moon, empty sky. No dawn will fill the vacancy in your chest. No words will soothe the vastness of sorrow or erase your longing for freedom. There is no ghost inside this body, just a flowing watercolor dream painted by scintillating neurons, nouns my bones, verbs my flesh, my feeling, my dance of wet in wet, space in space, scattering syllables, rippling memories and thoughts of future, a timeline, braided ropes of air hang suspended in sky. No ladder, no bridge, no compass, no bridegroom, no promise, no hope will lead to an imaginary destination of being real. Roots reaching, fingers reaching, branches reaching, hands reaching, songs reaching, hearts reaching, rivers reaching, life reaching to touch itself through you. Never tied with a ribbon or a song, this heart full of sky has no chambers or shell. Nautilus whirled and melted into its own swirling. Iridescence flows, love sings. No one awakened, no one was asleep. There is no one dancing with love. There is only love dancing. Poems sing me. I am this morning song stretching my toes into the day. Dawn reaches over the canyon and reveals light and shadow dancing, colors the finches and sparrows and their lyrical flight. Robin bathing in the pond, splashing, the rising, curling, dancing, steam from my tea, disappearing. First robin song, soft breath of morning on my pillow on the terrace. Long shadows fill the space of empty moon. Colors burst open the door of night. Mountains and valleys swoon, cottonwoods in spring. Slow dance of wonder soaring down the canyon, riding the winds, light and wind, sea and surf, flowing through her as her winged emptiness blooms. Where is the beginning to this flowing poem? Is it a poem if it has no end? What is this ungraspable love song that sings itself? What is beauty if not this tremendous unknowing? What is love? What is life without death? She watched her hands move methodically through the air, no longer searching for gems. They wove a cat's cradle, not intending to catch anything. There were no things, simply arabesques of sky, bathing in the warmth and beauty of her own essential emptiness, hollowed out in between the lines, pouring love. Sea of warmth, liquid silence, is the wind free or bound by its own movement? Shimmering, brilliant immediacy, neither moving nor permanent, is not contained. Its recognition is not a goal or attainment. It's always on, yet simply uncatchable, as there is nothing separate from it. Neither you nor me, nor that cloud blossoming over the canyon edge needs to fill the sky with blue or paint the wetness in water. Words sing an imaginary cage around a day and a night, around this tree and the robin song, around a piece of time, an hour, a second. Stitching all these words together will not sew all and everything into a seamless whole. This unicity has no edges that have been joined. There was never a piece of sky for you to live in, no eternity, no now, not even nothing separate from you. This emptiness you feel is the fullness dancing. In your heart you know there are no things to grasp and no one to catch the wind. Cold spring rain, last plum blossoms sail down the street, laughing. I warm my hands and belly, steam from my tea curls and disappears. Night reflects itself, dawn blooms, diamonds on the window. Air swims through air, space falls through space, light swoons through light, tears drown in their own wetness. Life swallows me as I drink deeply. Wind paints itself with wind. The beauty pulls you in, and you find it is you. Moonlight echoes softly beneath the waves, rippling sands sing. Under the autumn leaves, love wept, waiting for a spring that never came. It never left, your beautiful song. You never had to arrive. This dance has no end nor beginning without time, and time left its calling card on the dunes and ran away with the tides that no one found or lost in the dark by the sea. I stood on the banks of no tomorrow. Infinite reflection slid through my eyes. A mirror has no sides on this wakeless sea, not even sound, not even silence. A magnificent bird unfurled its wings inside my heart and sailed through its shadow. I never found it or lost it. The tides sing its unspeakable name. They called me back into the dream. It sounds like love, like sorrow, like nothing at all. Canyon winds strewn with sky brushed her off with blues and purples. Liquid filigree star shadows painted her feet. No one walked or stood still as this silence. No one wore this sublime nakedness, steeped in light, subsumed with radiance, saturated with this fire that burns even its own brilliance. Simply this breath, this breeze, this thought, this feeling, this sensation, without beginning or end, this all-encompassing hush consumes itself. Just like this, life has no edges, cannot be caught or measured or owned. The hand that tried to grasp it, is it? Cold spring rain drowns the morning, ache of sunrise floods the dark. Where is the sunset and the night that swallowed it? Where are the people in last night's dream? The incredible journey no one took, no one arrived, nothing was left. Even the emptiness fell out. Ancient arabesque of time, extending infinitely without direction, swirls around my footsteps, moves through my shadow, falls through my fingers, as if it never existed. Where was I going? From where did I come? Where is yesterday's shadow as I wander here today? Time bleeds through the cracks on the sidewalk, creeps through the windows, puddles on the kitchen floor, footprints of blood, going nowhere, never marked a path, nor caught a piece of today. If I am love's memories, what is my shadow? If there is no next, where will it go? Time dances with itself. I could never find it. It was simply a magician's tale, as am I. A beautiful flowing story, in love with love. Sound of rain hides behind dark windows. Moon catches a glimpse of its reflection in the storm's sigh. Morning is clothed in white clouds. What is revealed by this silence that has never left? Spring rains bend the daffodil stalks, dripping with tears, their blossoms gone. Such a lustrous ache, the delicate, tender sensuousness of life streaming through you as you. Love and love lost, sorrow, joy, how wondrous we can feel so deeply. All of it a seamless embrace, a swoon of a caress from the inside, from the outside, erasing all sides. The mirror was lost in its own reflection and wept at the beauty of its own tears. Without this and that, what is there? Without the mirror of your eyes, I cannot find myself. Without these eyes, there is no beauty, nor love, nor mist swirling around the mountains, settling in the valleys, waiting for the morning sun. Moon slides over the canyon walls. A bit of light still glows, drinking this precious flower of this simple poem, where words melt into a flowing river, spilling onto this page. Here is my heart. It was never mine. Clouds only appear to clothe your nakedness. Who could wear the sky? Who could wear the morning song that sings you? Who could wear the dancing trees or the wind or the arabesque of light that swoons into the canyon? Who could catch the sun as it runs up the mountain into sky? Who could wear this love, this sorrow, this intimate aloneness that has no clothes? These tears that no one weeps never left the river. It rushes, roars, and silently flows down the canyon, echoes its song on the tall mountain walls. There is no source to this light, this life. It drinks me as I drink it. I am intoxicated. Does someone say something? Okay. Bye. Bye, everyone. She was the ache of the evening, the song of the sidewalks, the lover's breath at midnight. Moonlight flowed through her as she was the light and the flow, and the morning song that hid in tall, dark shadows, sleeping. Waiting for your lover's kiss or your next breath will leave you breathless. Waiting for the words that will patch your broken heart. You will watch this love, this love, this love you feared to lose bleed into the world. An empty dress swirls covered in mirrors. You are endless sky and the morning glory wilting. Rain on rain on rain on rain. Wet in wet in wet in wet. I am the rain song and the hush of no tomorrow. River swells, my heart bursts. Empty songs fill no silence. Clouds do not hide the sky, nor rain these tears, nor darkness this love. Whose voice is it beckoning you to the edge of the sea? Is it yours or the song of the ocean? Are there two voices, or does this chorus come from inside and out? This is the love song you have never forgotten, but you could never quite remember. Where is this deep, deep longing? Why have you been standing on the shore waiting for your return when you have never left? There is no safe harbor anymore. There is no more pretending everything was all right. You have heard your name called and you cannot turn back. Everywhere you turn, there's nothing but vastness, and you realize it has always been this way. It was a beautiful dream that there were edges to the sea, and a sailing ship, and clouds, and sun, and wind, and direction, and a destination, and a tomorrow. You cannot know the words or catch the song that sings you. You feel its fluidity, and I can see you swaying to its rhythmless rhythm. You are so stunningly beautiful, dancing with the sea and the wind and the light as they flow through you. You have lost the longing to catch your reflection. There was never anyone who had an ache or freedom. There was no one to be free or bound. The knots untied themselves and revealed an edgeless wasteland where no one lived or loved, and you found yourself again dancing between love and nothing at all. Oh my, here you are. Welcome home. I love you. Empty candy wrappers, windflowers on the beach, dance with their shadows, kiss their reflection in the wet sands. Dance is its movement, as wind, as mind, as life. A fluid dreamscape of light and shadow, reaching out to taste itself through your lips, your tongue, your beautiful, beautiful eyes. Sliding daydreams, windows on the sea, no safe harbor, no one to land, no one to seek, nowhere to search for that which does not exist. Mirrors broken, shards of sky pierce their own reflection. Love bled into itself, unclothed of nothing at all. She discovered that she was this nakedness that no one wore. Footsteps in the dark, echoes on the sand. No waves can be lost or found in this sea of dreams. The call of your loneliness comes back to you, the sound of the universe weeping at its own beauty. First crows, first light, soft breath of morning, waves and waves and waves, a distant fishing boat heading out to sea. This beauty, this beauty, this beauty. Life happening all by itself, joy, sorrow, love, loss of love, life and death. We share this beautiful humanness, this ache of our aliveness. Footsteps in the dark, footsteps in the light, morning sings. Nothing was left, nothing was gained, not even sorrow or delight in the wind. Playing in sunset, beauty bathes melancholy, bathes joy, bathes your empty footfalls as they crumble, bathes your appearance and disappearance. Childlike wonder recognizes itself. Reflections dance across the canyon of empty shadows. Pools of echoes shimmer, singing day and night and infinite colors, piercing me as it sings me. This wonder, my very breath, my very heartbeat, my very song, is not mine, nor yours. It is ours. We walk nakedly. Together we find our hands, our hearts, our breath, our song, this love, this life, this unknowable, fleeting, magnificent aliveness. What is sorrow? What is joy? What is the sound of a plum blossom following? What is the distance between the death of tomorrow? Why is the song of midnight so beautiful? Infinite hues of shadow echo and soar, surge and subside simultaneously. Paint the nighttime streets with footsteps. Plum blossoms swirl around my feet and dress the winds of memory. Nothing was caught or lost. No one wore this dress. This web of sorrow and joy is empty, yet shimmers in the streetlights. As it self-releases, the taste of my own lips fills a paper cup of moon. Drinking deeply, life swallows itself. How long are you going to pretend that you will never die? How long are you going to pretend that there is a God or consciousness or some loving force looking out for you? How long are you going to pretend that you are on a road to a place of perfect love and peace and bliss, where no one is angry and everyone loves each other forever? There is no place to rest. There are no handholds. You are falling and have been since the day you were born. When the whoosh falls into and through the whoosh, when never and forever collide, when you realize that this is it, just as it seems to appear, you realize that is no other, better, more, or next, that there are no separate things or moments to be perfect or non-perfect. Your heart drops and all that love that you were terrified to feel for fear that you might lose it floods your being. This knowing feeling that you are not separate from life, whatever it looks or feels like. There's a simple joy and ease and quiescence that is undeniably the peace, the love you have always sought, and you know that it has always been this way. You just never noticed. Shadows swirl from the treetops, spilling onto these pages, saturating these words that bleed onto the sidewalk, pulling in echoes of their own reflection. Love sings its bittersweet song in waves of sorrow and joy. The loss of tomorrow catapulted you over the rainbow until all was treasure, your beautiful, shining tenderness, whose words were pressed between the pages of your heart, not yours or mine, when the binding of belief unraveled. Autumn leaves soaring, clear blue sky, self-illumined wonder. I can hear you singing softly in the morning bird song, in the afternoon winds that caress my face, in the colors of the end of day that no one won, in the midnight hush that led nowhere. And her words flowed like liquid sunshine pouring through an empty prism and melting the coldest of hearts. And when the sigh of unknowing untrampled the grasses where love lay bleeding, the sun rose on her nakedness, and a wind of perfection kissed her cheek where tears would never dry. Hope and fear, the guard dogs of the heart, rip you to shreds as you fall through. The mirror of who you were crashes into its own reflection and leaves no one standing. Blood pools in concert with its own redness, astounded at the fluidity that has no direction. Wet and wet and wet and wet, this and that dancing, splashing in waves of pure iridescence. Edges within edgelessness, form within formlessness, color and light illuminating a shadow that no one wore. No one's hands were lost or found, yet they seemed to play the game, casting shadows, skipping stones across the rippleless sea. Ancient patterns in a threadbare carpet echo and hum, yet cannot be traced. Sunlight shifts across the fibers, attention moves and rests. Inside and outside have merged, plum blossoms pirouette down the street, wind breathes, silence of unknowing sings throughout the day, a gentle wonder dances. Rippling, flowing through all and everything and nothing, and thunder roars in your veins, it is the sea boiling. This vibrancy, this tsunami of unfettered life, falling, rushing through you, moves you, dances you, sings the song of you. When the center, the tight knot, the bewildering, terrifying assumption that you are doing it is ripped open, the roller coaster of hope and fear jumps the tracks, and there is sailing with no need to grasp the tiller or man the sails. It was an illusion that you had to go somewhere, or that there was somewhere to go, or that there was anyone who could go anywhere or nowhere. And the sun and moon slide across the sky and stars sparkle so. Rainbows flow through you as you, when your shadow is no longer in the way. The passion play writes itself in the sky and never leaves a trace to read. We are snapshots of skywriting, cloud reflections rippling through pristine, natural stillness, a dance unlike any other, empty footfalls crumbling. Tattooed with smiles and tears, nothing underneath my nakedness. No one wears the stars or sunlight dancing. Garden path has no wanderer. Echoes bloom. Thought weaves a thinker. Spiderweb catches the last light. Day falls into the cat's cradle of dark. Plunged into the sea of unknowing, still wind and light play on the surface. No overarching truth, only sky and sea, sun and moon and stars. No words can contain this light that has no questions or answers. No empty pages need be filled with the petals of today. Colors cascade down the canyon, echo on the walls, slide into your footsteps, sing these flowers blooming, dance these winds through your shadow, explode your very heart that the ink washed through, that wrote the tales of last summer's love songs, that etched your twirling silhouette into sky. this sensuous lostness of wind and sun and sky, soaring, skinless, bathed with color and primordial melodies that sing these very words. Walking through morning, light pours me inside out. Pirouette of mirrors, love recognizes itself. Infinite facets of my own reflection eviscerate the illusion of solidity. This clear fluidity drinks me. I soar through this vast, unknowable unknown without wings or any place to land. No words, so many words. Spring blossoms and falls, scattering velvet petals among our footfalls that no one can follow or grasp or trace. Even memory flows along the river that we drowned in long ago, far away when we lost the belief that we were unchanging. Wind sings our name. Our name is love. It beckons us. It is us. It's a bittersweet, beautiful melancholy. Time, life, sadness, joy, awe, happened for no one, to no one, yet I am here, sobbing. Hi.
Yes.
Hi. Emptiness a word to try to swallow the ocean, consciousness another to try to calm the sea. Truth an idea, an imaginary port on these edgeless waters. God a concept to try to hide your naked aloneness. The ever-looming horizon, sunset beckons. I see your broken-hearted beauty through these eyes that are not mine, through these lips, these teeth, this tongue, these words that we share sing themselves. This edgeless momentary that burns itself is the fire of your aliveness. Slipstream of life, wind, my empty breath, flower of moon, falls through this open hand. Drinking deeply this softness, falling petals paint the tapestry of wind flowing through itself. Glass casts its own shadow, illuminates your reflection, dissolves as you swallow life as it swallows you. Wind blows, hearts beat and break, rain and tears fall, gathering in pools of echoes that shimmer in their own reflection. For no reason, the moon rises and shadows of memory flow across the leaf-scattered path that no one followed, that no one danced upon. Yet you find yourself dancing with the darkness and the sliver of ancient moon. The garden a stage where we seem to meet in the birth of night touching day, in between sky. We no longer look for shadows under the wind's gathering of leaves from autumn. No more dreams to burn. Winter clothes itself with tears. Its nakedness reaches up through the long silence. Love melts the shadows of ice crystals flowing. The darkness was never empty nor full. You could no longer hide from your shadow or your own beautiful reflection. It burnt its name in your heart that you treasured for a while, until the vastness claimed itself. Spring grew into summer and time flowed back into and through itself. Where is the beginning and end of sky, when sky is your nakedness, your aloneness, the majesty that no one wears? Drowned, dissolved as a sea of edgeless beauty, my sourceless reflection soars over the billowing ripples of love's sacred melody, echoing the heartbeat of one, of two, of many, of none. Under this rainbow raiment of a poet's song, behind these liquid eyes of love, beneath this naked, unadorned sky-like wonder, there is not even nothing at all. There's not something inside us which loves so deeply. It is who we are. You don't have to wonder. You are wonder itself. You don't know beauty. You are beauty itself. You can't know love. You are love itself. I am the reaching out to touch, knowing there is no touching. I am the midnight love song fading in the morning. I am the embrace of the river weeping at its own wetness. I am the ache of nothing melting into these very words that slide across your mind stream and fabricate fairy tales of a beautiful waltz, a pas de deux, a syncopated beat rippling through the farthest reaches of your memory, knocking on the doors to a knowing feeling that this beautiful life has no rhythm, no rhyme, no meaning, nor non-meaning, nor anyone to have it. I am the longing to catch life in a bottle and send it to you so you can press this opalescent shell to your ear and hear the seas sing your name. Life calls you, beckons you to dance beyond these words, yet there is not even nothing behind the curtain or underneath your magnificent tears. No one loving this love. Drinking deeply this life that you have longed for and feared has been drinking you. It has always been your beautiful iridescence that crashed into itself on parallel lines fading into the distance. They could never meet as they were never apart. We could never meet as we had never been apart. I am the reaching out to touch, knowing we can never touch. This touchless touch of your own embrace. The film unwinds itself, celluloid transparency painted on both sides. Nothing in the middle erases the sides. No pictures caught in this wave, reflecting day above, dark below. Kissed in between the wet, you drown in your own echo. Seashells worn with the rush and ebb of tides reveal your seamless beauty. Seabird flies through cloud and sun. Shadows drink the day. This sensuous lostness, pathless land, kisses you, where never and forever collide. I spied my reflection in the garden pond, my hair bedecked with fallen leaves, golden greens wet with sky hovering over the deepness. This penetrating beauty cannot see itself, even in daylight. In the depths of midnight, the unfathomable nature of love beckons your heart to fall, to plummet, to swoon into its empty echo, as love needs edges to fall through itself. A great wind sweeps through me, and it is me, fills me, empties me, and the cat sleeps, unaware of her beauty. You are it, this kiss of madness, this song without words, a lover's kiss falling effortlessly into placeless, unplanned, unutterably supreme, measureless magnificence. He was the ache of the evening, the song of the sidewalks, the dark encroaching in the pool of light. He was the nighthawk swooning and the sirens blazing, the hush of the evening and the silence before dawn. He was the song of the dancers in the empty bar hall, the cricket's love song and the chorus of the sprinklers. Empty footsteps in the night, a gossamer light gown, shimmering reflections, intimate jewelry sing of the day, pouring into night. Rose petals falling echo the wind, color the soft song of summer. Breath of moonlight sings of morning's slumber. In this garden, winter sleeps. Under the shadow, no one gathers light. It pools by itself, drinking the day. Falling into the sunset, light breathing, reverberating into sound, wild-eyed wonder. The measuring cup breaks. It all pours unhindered, light into light. A pure tone cannot be tied into knots. Sublime edgelessness cannot be captured. Pouring out, pouring in, leaking tears into the shoreless ocean. It fills your heart as you spill into it. Seamless. Hey, hi everyone.
Hi. Hello, Nancy.
Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Everyone's falling asleep.
This is awesome.
This is awesome. Lovely.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Here. Hi, David.
So lush to listen to.
River kisses itself through your lips. Night drinks day. Life swallows you as you tip this empty glass, marveling at your own reflection. Whirling down the river, scintillating alive, breathes the wind, breathes you, breathes the waves that capsize the ocean, where the sun and moon drown. Where is everything? Where is nothing? Where is the place where love and emptiness kiss? Where is the shine? Where is the shadow? Where is the place where long green grasses wave over your grave? Who took an empty breath when there was no one breathing, no one weeping, no one singing? Sunset fills your skies, death's brush colors your aliveness with unbearable preciousness. Sailing nowhere, yet there is wind. This scintillating aliveness shines, rippling wet through wetness, heartbeat of this and that sings. No safe harbor where you can hide, no map or sextant, yet stars and moon and sun slide across the vastness. Looking for a new day seems to obscure the sun that is shining, that is setting. I see your tender beauty reflecting in your eyes. This is our only home, this dream of dancing shadows. Can you see your reflection on the canyon wall, sliding along with the moonscape, rushing towards the sea? I wandered through a garden of sunflowers, swirling in goldfinches, and ponds of sparkling song, looking for the other side of love. The kiss of a beggar hungering for her own lips, drinking silent sorrow. It was there in the softness of yellow. It was there in the swooping of wings. It was there as I gazed at my reflection on the muddy banks, where cottonwoods thrust their thirsty dragon feet into the wetness and stretch their arms and feathered hands into sunlight. This bursting heart that only seemed to fade as I learned the names of color. Looking for winged moonglow, soaring as the sparkling river of memory, as infinite facets of yesterday. Doves hover by the feeder. One cracks into my window and leaves her feathered glance on the glass. She flies away into the garden, and her magic of flight alights on my lips. For it is this kiss I have always been, the desire to dance, this song of life, as it sings me. And when did the sun plan to shine upon your tears and the wind to dry them? When did the moon plan to pull your heart into the sky? Broken necklaces in the sand, like scattered love letters, jewels flung across the universe. Your eyes are starlight dancing. Translucent tears color infinity. It's all a flowing self-portrait. There are no things to understand as this vast vacancy is empty of even emptiness. It's this beautiful unknowing that you fear that defines you as you sense it will be the end of you. You may run down Main Street into the forest, fleeing your utter nakedness, but your love will find you and expose every secret corner of your being until there is nowhere left to hide, until there is nowhere to run and no one to run. Life is slippery when it's realized that life has no edges, nor do you. A most wondrous feeling of lostness can occur, and an intuitive knowing that this knowing cannot be captured. Looking for emptiness in the moonlight, you find only buckets of echoes under the cottonwoods. Wind rustles the shadows. In the darkest night, your heart is pierced with brightness. Blood streams from that thorny kiss, and you bleed into everywhere and nowhere. Release of what never was splashes like whiskered knives slashing your dreams of tomorrow. Deep down, you've always known this. It has haunted you like a kiss in the night. As you stare into the fire of your own demise, it pushes you. It is your own love calling you home. Time flows through you like an empty tide and leaves the memory of love dissipating into a sea of dreams. All your beautiful footprints wash away in the waves. They were never going anywhere anyway. Tongue, lips, teeth, heart's gut. Mountain night, crickets sing, love sings, but only we know the words. We have never been anything other than these smiles, these tears, these thoughts of moonlight raining, sending love letters to ourselves caught in whirlpools of moonlight. For a brief moment, we flow through each other. It's like you've lain down on the grass and the night sky crushes you, and a warm summer breeze caresses you, and you fall into the stars. Somehow it all feels beautiful to this imaginary dancer of winds. Somehow it all feels like love to this pirouette of light. Somehow the dream looks and feels like utter, complete magic to this centerless jewel that looks out from nowhere and everywhere, illumined by nothing, by everything. The fallen plum leaf caught in the spider webs in the ivy, the desiccated butterfly, her delicate wings still shimmering in the morning sun. This light, tender life that lives itself, breathing, touching, dancing, kissing itself through these lips that sing me, sing you, sing this song beyond freedom or non-freedom, as there is no one left to be free. Yet I am here simultaneously, living and loving, dancing on the edge of a feather between the worded world and knowing, feeling that this great, empty, vast, immeasurable unknowing that simply leaves me breathless.
Yes.
Yes. Springs, rains, seasons flowing, unbound treasure, how I used to long for the first robin song. This is it, she whispered, there is no that, nor this. This broken-hearted beauty paints our silhouette with sky and sky. The paint falls off the glass, and the transparency of even love shines through. Sky just as vast and ungraspable in the nighttime dream, lit from within, lit from without. The moon shines, not from the sun, but in your eyes. Through these eyes of aliveness that no one wears, brilliant, searing transparency illuminates our reflection through each other's eyes. Liquid eyes of fire, looking through this lens of love, dissolving into our own desire. Chrysanthemum clouds billow and weep as we watch ourselves blown away, ashes in the wind. He spied some empty footprints and was captivated by a melancholy essence of what he knew not. Lured by a memory of a scent, of a goal, of something to capture, he followed them. He found his feet matched perfectly as they wandered together, apart. In the darkness and the lonely desert, past the mirages where he knew there was nothing that could quench his thirst, past the caravans where colorful people danced and sang, trying to keep the darkness away. He grew weary and began to wonder if it was the path he wanted, but he could not stop his tears as they began to fill the imprints. The sides began to crumble. He saw his reflection in the dying light and realized he had been following himself, looking for his own tale, his own love, his own embrace. His heart was pierced by his own song. He looked back and could not find his footprints, and gazing ahead, he could find no path. Looking down, his shoes were empty. Looking up, there was a memory of a shadow saturated with his reflection in sky. Moonlight rushed through his nakedness, and there was only the song of diamonds shimmering, skimming the surface of a bottomless sea. A shadow raced across the vastness. He looked up and never found the shape of darkness. Light pouring into light, winds whispering songs of love, phantoms dancing, circling, and swallowing the sun. Drowned, dissolved as the sea of edgeless beauty, my sourceless reflection soars over billowing ripples of love's sacred melody, echoing the heartbeat of one, of two, of many, of none. Under this raiment of a poet's song, behind these liquid eyes of love, beneath this naked, unadorned sky-like wonder, there is not even nothing at all. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. I love
Morning.
Hi.
You must be tired, Monica. Hey, Elliot.
Elliot.
Hi, Randy.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Who's this?
Oh, I just have a little time left. Does anyone want to say anything?
I was gonna say that I was listening to like Eastern, like Indian music while we were reading, and it like went together so well.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Maybe you can do some records, but yeah, set it to music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an
One
audible.
day. I like reading, so it is a lot.
Yeah, Nancy, did you ever think of making an audible book?
I'd like to. I'd like to read all.
Yeah,
of it. Right now, I'm just putting small bits on YouTube of reading, because where I live in the canyon, if I make a 5-minute video, it takes me almost 2 hours to put it on YouTube because there's such a
wow.
But if you could get some funding to do, isn't there, like to do it in a studio?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just trying to get my book on Kindle right now. That's hard.
It's like, it feels like to be prophetic, but it's like David singing, the sound of the David with his harp, because Solomon had insomnia. He would sing him to sleep, reading the Psalms.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a few of you kind of fade off and go to sleep, but I haven't said anything. I know it's late for Monica, it must be midnight or something, but everyone else has a day. Okay, I just have a little time left. I'll read the Dear Reader part of my book. Okay. Okay.
Beautiful.
Dear Reader. Imagine watching your hands crochet a lace skirt, watching your feet pad along a path, your voice singing, your thumb tapping songs on a glass screen, and never feeling like there is a you doing or not doing anything or nothing. Imagine the feeling that there are no separate things, no one thing being pummeled about by other things, like being in a universe of ping pong balls. No longer feeling like this is a universe filled with razor-sharp edges that all feel like barriers between your broken heart and a love light you just know must be there somewhere. Imagine knowing always that there is no other, more, better, or next, that what seems to appear is indeed always it. Wouldn't there be a seamless ease and an unspeakable quietude no matter what seems to appear, when all hope and fear and need of a never arising next is gone? Imagine no longer trying to change or fix yourself or others or the world, as you know without a doubt that life is, just as it seems to appear, utterly perfect. Imagine knowing that no one, including you, is the instigator of their thought, feeling, or action, that life indeed does itself totally spontaneously. Imagine knowing and feeling that always, that there are no separate things or feelings or thoughts or moments, that there is no right or wrong way to feel or think or act or live or love or die. Imagine knowing you and everyone you love or have ever loved is a dream character in a play that no one wrote, that sings itself, that all measurement and dimension and time and love are made up. Imagine knowing that this life, just as it seems to appear, is the only life you can ever know, and that there is no one who can escape. Imagine knowing deeply that although love and beauty arise only in the dream, through your beautiful eyes, and that there are no others, you can only see your imaginary reflection in this love dance with others. Imagine that this vast emptiness you have tried to fill your entire life is true, that you are a flowing thought dream and are ultimately alone. Yet here you are, most magically appearing, dancing in the Grand Canyon of love. Some of these words will slide into boxes of the already known. Some may skip out of the grooves of habitual thought patterns and catapult you out of the assumption of knowing into an edgeless incertitude. Shadows flicker and swirl across and through your feet, your face, your heart in this dance without a center or edge. Light and wind stream from everywhere, from nowhere, from inside and outside. There is no source to the echo that reverberates through your thought stream, as you are not separate from it. You cannot find separate thoughts, separate feelings, separate moments, or anything truly to hold on to, or any place to rest.
Anything yesterday, I need a massive meal today.
Okay, that's the beginning of that one. I read and it seems like there's more and more and more.
No, I need what's called a big meal today
I
because
think
otherwise
that's
I'm going to go to work tomorrow because I had nothing to eat yesterday.
Someone's talking and I need to have them get muted, I
The
guess.
train fuel is running out and you're expecting me to do work when I have minimum
Jake,
fuel.
you're talking.
No, I've got to go to Dad's and do work and I've got to go to work tomorrow. I can't do any of that stuff without the energy fuel. That means I need a big meal today.
Hi, everyone. Okay. I love you. Hi, Camilla.
Yeah.
Hi, David. Hi, everybody. Okay.
Guys.
That's just kind of about it. I tried to time it so I couldn't have too much because I have so many poems just flying apart at the seams with poems. Okay. So I guess I'll call her good.
Yeah.
For now. I'd have 10 minutes. Okay, I'll find some more. Here we go. Words seem to capture space in a box, a brick of nothingness, meaningless, yet appearing to mean something. A wall, an edifice, a blanket, a shield, a barrier. Light aches to get through. Your heart aching to be ruptured, to be broken forever. Riding backwards across the sky tears up your reflection, rips away your footfalls and their echo. Jewels gleam untouched, ungraspable facets cut through their own sparkling, like a knife in the soft palate of your heart. Tasting the fullness, you dream of more, and you are lost forever in your desire to know, to capture, to hold the unholdable. Until the spark, the ember, the fire of your own love burns your hand, burns your heart to the ground, and your ashes are swept away by the winds of your own demise. Love's memories paint this nothingness into a flowing dreamscape of you, spaceless beingness, like a reflection on a ripple, an echo in a dream. There is nothing to find and no one to find it, and life is neither lost nor found when it is no longer yours. It is sublimely serene. And you rush around looking for that missing piece, and the spinning seems to have a center that when sought is obviously empty. And the breezes created by your spinning skirts carried their colors into the sky, Red, blue, and yellows unfold, a kaleidoscope of perfect wonder tossing itself into the evening, breezes falling, flowing gently down the canyon. A caress you had always longed for was always here. It was your own fingers tingling on your skin, traipsing over your body, rainbows sobbing at the color that could not be found or lost. There were no steps needed to find what could not be found, yet a dance most sublime, as the cottonwoods waltzing, golden leaves falling gently into waves of color, brushing your footless steps. Blue and blue and blue and blue. There were never any separate pieces of sky, yet these shards pierced your heart with sky magic and wrote love letters with rain, with tears, reflecting your beautiful, shining splendor through infinite shades of colored rainbow magic. Shadows flow through shadows, light through light. Wonderment ripples and surges into song that echo your reflection on the waves beckoning you to dance. This life, this dance, this ballet, pirouetting wings, unfolding, extending everywhere and nowhere into the empty spaciousness where forever and never collided. Filigreed light shadows pouring over the moonlit sea, the fullness of emptiness sighs. Nighthawks swoop and swirl in the shadow of the moonlight and never catch the day. Moonlight weeps at its own reflection dancing across the rippling waves. In the kiss of night, where darkness meets fullness, radiance blossoms and falls. I could see the notes clearly, hanging from ropes of twining space in the vast blueness, but I lost my eyes in the seeing of it, and there was only the vastness, where memories played and danced across the mind screen, where laughter and sorrow folded into the depth without time. There was an outbreath, a hush, and ripples sparkled in the moon song that had no name. Your breath, my breath, wind beneath our feet, dancing as this warm summer's breeze. Your tears, my tears, wetness falling in, rushing torrents, lightly skimming ripples, tears of no when, tears of nowhere, dissolved in kisses, tears uncounted, unnamed, ocean saltiness, iridescent stillness, waving. Nothing, everything, shadows never kissing, melting songs of homelessness and the loveliness of home. Like a song that you sang long ago, but you have never heard. You cannot remember the words or the melody, yet you can feel it deeply. Twirling, twining, echoed reflections, dancing, shimmering, flowing down the canyon. Moonlight sings, and it sounds like love. Only through each other's eyes can we see ourselves, catch a glimpse of our beauty, and your eyes are my eyes. We need a little imaginary separation in order to touch, in order to gaze into each other's beauty and say, I love you. I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you. Wonderful. Yay, yay, yay.
I have one comment. A couple of people said something about recording, which would be lovely, or singing. But I don't know. It feels to me like nothing replaces this moment live.
Yeah. Well, if you listen to recording, it's live for you. So.
Yes, true. True.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
No, I understand, but
yes.
I mean, why write a book? Everything's on Facebook. You could just, read it once and call
yes, no, there is a difference. Yes.
Yeah. It's lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Yeah. Hi, I love you.
Feel you, hear you.
Yeah. This is so fun.
Be you.
Okay, we got 5 minutes. We'll just do a little more. Okay. Songs pour through me, casting ripples as we are adrift on this shoreless ocean, this sea of dreams, rudderless without anchor or place of shelter. Oh, this unspeakable fluid ease of boundless, vast, pure spaciousness, kissing endless sky, sun dancing liquid light, shimmering shadows calling hello, goodbye. I offer rhythmic syllables that rock you gently, washing over you, under you through a caress of song. Yet you who no longer search for a lullaby know you will drown. You can feel the tsunami approach. Sea is rising, sky is falling. Oceans of tears greet their salty home. No one said this would be easy, having your world ripped apart, having you blood and guts and heart ripped out. but you wanted this, remember, more than anything else. Here it is. It has always been here, gently gnawing at your heart. There's no turning back now. There is no back. This is it, Coyote. And when all boundaries are dissolved, there are no more empty spaces that need to be filled. So, thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Love you, Michael.
Thanks, Nance.
Love you, David.
Yeah, thank you.
Ellie.
A lovely moment shared with shared listeners. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I did record it, so if I don't think it was too intimate to put on YouTube, so I can do it again. There was a little break there when I had to pay the bill, but we made it. For those who joined late, Zoom gave me a notice right in the middle saying I had to give them $15 and they would end my meeting.
What? Nancy, can you hear me too?
Yes.
Yes?
Who's talking?
This is Anki. Hello.
Hi, I can, there's a black square, but I can hear you.
Yes, I don't know why I'm black, but
Well, I've
I
never.
just want to say thank you and I love you to the moon and back.
Oh, I love you too. You're so beautiful. I can't see you now, but I see your pictures all the time with beautiful, that's your word, flowers woven in your hair.
And I see Monica and Michael above your head. It's so beautiful. You see, I can't see others. I only see Nancy. Oh. I guess there's a button somewhere for that.
Yeah, there's a button here. I can do this. Can we see everyone?
No.
I couldn't find that button either, but it's
okay.
Well,
so you're not.
There's a lot of YouTube videos that tell you how to do this, and I watched it a few times. It looked okay. It looked all easy to do.
You can tell the low techies, huh?
Hi, Michael.
I'm learning a lot fast.
Hi, everyone. Oh, this is so cool. I love this. I'm doing this from my phone. I love it. Love you guys.
I love you.
Love you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Nance.
All right. Bye. I love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm reading for all.